Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Let's talk about beer.
Dude. And let's talk about a movie.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool? We went and saw a movie today.
We did.
At the theaters.
At the theaters.
For the first time in over a year.
It's not the movie we're talking about. But
yeah, I would probably rather talk about that movie. But we made a promise. We're going to talk about Mortal Kombat tonight.
We are. We'll talk about this movie next week.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. But I'm very excited about talking about that movie.
Yes.
And I want to say that again. Say it again. But yeah. Got Mortal Kombat. Literally just came out. Just finished watching it on HBO Max. And yeah, what'd you think? What'd you think of Mortal Kombat? Huh?
I thought it was okay.
Just like overall,
I thought it was okay. I thought it's a good jumping off point for this, hopefully, series. And I hope that they just improve off of this one.
Yeah.
Also, we're not doing spoilers yet.
Yeah, we're not doing spoilers yet. We'll do like a brief synopsis of the movie real quick.
It's Mortal Kombat. They fight each other.
But basically, you know, kind of centers around the rivalry between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Mm-hmm. And the movie is about setting up Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Lots of fighting, lots of character introduction,
yes.
lots of exposition.
Yes.
And some pretty sweet fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely some sweet ass fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess before we get too much into the movie, I mean, I'm kind of right there with you. I thought it was alright. It would be a terrible movie if I thought this was going to be the only movie.
You're right. Yes, exactly.
But we'll get more into that when we go over spoilers.
We go over spoilers, yes.
Overall, if you're going into this blind, watching this video before coming back to watch the spoiler section, you know, just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my best advice. Enjoy it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's pretty much all it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully subsequent movies will improve and we'll get more of the stuff that we really liked.
Mm-hmm.
And
hopefully all the people that like this movie don't like the next one. Because usually those are the people that are trying to advocate for it to be pulled away out of theaters.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Right. But, yeah, so we got a Modern Times beer to talk about. We'll get into this, and then we'll get into spoilers from the movie. This is Dungeon Map from Modern Times. It's a West Coast style IPA. Looking at the back of the can, we got 60 IBUs. Lots of different hops. Mosaic, Centennial, Citra, or Strata, not Citra, and Nelson hops. And, what do you think of the beer?
I like it. We're going into this one blind. Mm-hmm. Like we do all of them, except Eric Pastor.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them. We've definitely tasted some of the beer.
Yeah. But I really like this one. This one's got a nice, it's got a nice bitterness to it. It's got a little piney finish to it. It's very, it's nice. I like it. I
am kind of indifferent towards it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. It's not really doing anything for me.
No?
Nah. There is that, like, nice kind of piney citrus to it towards the end. And there's a little bit of fruit in there.
A little bit.
But like stone fruit, like more subtle stone fruit kind of flavors. Yeah, honestly, it's really not doing anything for me. If I had to rate it, at least out of West Coast IPAs, this would only get like a 2, maybe 2.5.
So the West Coast IPAs, yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just not doing anything for me. Yeah. I really don't know what to say about it. It's just, there's not a whole lot standing out to me. There's a little bit of a flavor in there that I'm not a huge fan of.
Well, at least it doesn't have that aftertaste of like a certain beer, which would not be named. Would not be named at this point.
I think I'd like it better if it were a little bit drier.
I can see that.
And
I can
maybe
see
a
that.
little less juicy. Like, crank up the IVUs just a tiny bit. And drop some of that kind of fruity, strong fruit flavor.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a much better beer. At least in my opinion. In my palate.
I
It's
like
not going to
it.
stop me from drinking it, though. Like, it's not offensive in any way. So if you see it, and you're curious,
Give it a shot.
Ben, I'm gonna go the route of utter indifference and give it a 2.5, right in the middle of,
Everything.
everything. It's not a beer I'm gonna revisit.
Yeah, I like it, but yeah, there's nothing really that kind of stands out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It could
go.
also be the Reese's cup that I just ate before we did this video. Now that I'm thinking about it, that could be eschewing my
that could be
palate.
thrown out the palate.
Yeah, peanut butter's a very strong flavor.
Maybe have a Funyun try to balance it out.
Those Funyuns might be stale, man.
I'm surprised they weren't stale the last time you ate one.
They were a little bit. Not gonna
Because
lie.
that bag was open for like 4 days.
Yeah, I know, it wasn't even rolled up.
Exactly.
It was literally just sitting on the table, completely open. It was only like 3 days.
Yeah.
It was fine. Fine.
Fine.
No. Yeah, they're almost definitely freaking
Probably
like,
still by now.
chewy, stale onions now. It'd be pretty nasty. I'd open up with that as a crunch.
Captain Crunch. Don't eat the
babies.
Crunch Berry. Don't eat the Crunch Berry. Eat the Captain Crunch, and it'll probably help.
Yeah, right.
Because it's not
Not as much
nearly as
sugar
sweet.
as-
It's
yeah.
not nearly as sweet as the Crunch Berry.
Yeah, man. I feel like they'd both be too sweet, really. I'm just gonna have to drink more beer and try and balance out my palate.
There you go. Maybe
That
by
way.
maybe by the last one you'll get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 3.
Alright, so.
Middle road. We're getting closer. We're getting closer to like beer we normally drink,
Yeah.
and like choose to drink.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the stone beers we've been doing for Falcon and Winter Soldier have been great.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, they have.
They've been
those
except
are the
for
beer-
Space Probe. I
Yeah,
wasn't
Space Probe was a little lackluster
little
this year.
letdown.
Yeah,
this year.
it was very sad.
Yeah.
It was so good last year. What happened?
I remember it being good.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different beer. Maybe Stone came out with something else that was similar.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But anyways, we're talking about Mortal Kombat, and yeah, it's honestly more or less what you'd expect.
Yeah, spoiler alert. By the way.
Spoiler alert. I mean, I still haven't given away anything.
No, we haven't, but like spoiler alert because we're gonna start
Yeah,
talking.
we're gonna
about
start talking about the movie.
Yeah. So, cheers.
Cheers. Kill a second one quick.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's okay.
Yeah.
Very middle of the road for like a West Coast kind of.
Yeah. No, when I
Kinda
think
sad.
West Coast IPAs, like, I think of some of the big ones. You know, Stone. I think of Green Flash. You know, Lagunitas.
Yep.
You know, and Union Jack, Torpedo. These very aggressively hopped beers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when I taste this, I don't get aggressive hops. I get hops that were selected to be balanced and very, you know, I wouldn't say neutral, but more in line with everything else in the beer.
Yeah, this can easily be like you add like some orange, like an orange peel to it. And you easily got hazy.
Yeah, I mean you could garnish this beer with an orange peel, and it wouldn't seem too out of place.
No, not at all.
I guess the orange can really go
I guess
too. Huh?
I guess so.
Yeah, it's not bad. It just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
It's not what I was expecting,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. It's kind of like a Speyside Scotch for me, where it's kind of like it's a little too delicate for me. It's not hitting those higher frequencies that I'm looking for. I like a little more aggression.
Yeah, something that'll fight you.
Yeah.
It's always nice.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, Mortal Kombat. Movie starts out with probably the coolest sequence of fighting.
Yes.
With Scorpion.
Which they released this yesterday. They released the first 7 minutes of the movie. And it's from right when they introduced the wife, until right in the middle of, like, right at the beginning, right after he throws the spear at the tree.
And then pulls it back.
Yeah, and then pulls it back. That's the end of the 7 minutes.
So it doesn't even show Sub-Zero killing him.
No.
Yeah.
That's all you get. That's the set.
I didn't watch the beginning portion of the movie until we watched the movie.
I couldn't help it. I wanted to watch it now. I was hoping that they would show it in theaters today so we could see 2 movies in a theater, but no, apparently not.
That would have been great.
Apparently not.
I would have been starving towards the end of Mortal Kombat. Yeah. This movie felt long.
It did drag on in a few spots.
Yeah.
They were trying to, they were setting everything up with this movie. And
even with an almost 2-hour setup movie,
mm-hmm.
they still do, periodic we just need to dump a bunch of exposition real quick. So, Sonya Blade's going to talk about, Mortal Kombat for 5 minutes.
Yep.
And you're just going to kind of have to absorb all this information. And then we can get to some fighting a little bit.
You get that, 2-minute fight scene with Reptile? 2.5 minutes?
Yeah.
Which Reptile was interesting.
Yeah, Reptile was interesting. He went with just the actual Reptile form. He didn't go to the green, Sub-Zero Scorpion color palette.
The ninja form, yeah.
So that was interesting. And they used a lot more obscure characters. I mean, we had some big hitters. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Shang Tsung, mm-hmm. Goro, Liu Kang, mm-hmm. Sonya Blade, Jax, Kano. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of OG Cabal characters. And then, sort of the B-roll characters from, later video games. There's, Kung Lao seems like he's going to be, a major player in it. And then he gets killed off.
Halfway through. Not even. More than halfway.
More than halfway through the movie.
We're an hour into the movie, an hour and 10 minutes into the movie, and he dies.
Yeah. But not after he freaking saws a chick in half with his hat.
Yeah, he saws Nitara in half.
Yeah,
which,
delicious.
Nitara wasn't ever on the evil, Outworld side. She was in Outworld, but that was because her race was taken over by Outworld.
Yeah.
Not because she's bad.
Yeah.
Which was odd.
But they just threw her in there and it's just
And they made her Shang Tsung's
pet?
Yeah, pet lover or something.
Weird sort of thing.
Yeah, they did weird things with that character, and I liked her design. Her design was
cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know who she was though at first.
It was definitely a more tame version than the video game one.
Yeah. When she came flying in, I'm like, wait, who's this supposed to be? It took me a minute, and then they said her name, and I was like, oh, okay.
I was like,
I see it.
But when I saw the thing flying around, I was like, is it a dragon? I was like, no. I was like, oh, did they bring Natara in here? And sure enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn it. Because I actually played all the Mortal Kombat games from beginning to now.
Current, yeah.
Yeah. Natara never really was a really major character, but like, yeah, they really tamed down her role and her costume.
Yeah.
Like you, I'll show you a picture after this, and you're like, oh yeah, they definitely tamed her down.
But yeah, so some weird, very B-roll characters, which obviously they use so that they can get killed in gruesome fashion. Yeah, which they only do for a couple of them. Also, like, I don't know, like when I went into this movie, a lot of the reviews that I had read was like gleefully violent.
Yes,
and,
yeah, same.
You know, and it's like, okay, there's some definitely like brutal things, like when Scorpion is killing the ninjas.
At the beginning, yeah.
Like that was badass. And then when Kung Lao slices her in half,
Natara in half, yeah.
That was dope.
That was cool.
As soon as the
hat started spinning in the ground,
and it started spinning, I'm all like, oh my god, yes. He's gonna do the side thing. Oh, dude, I love that move. The Goro fight was okay.
I liked the CGI for Goro.
Goro looked
cool. I thought he looked really well done.
Yeah. Although I was definitely getting some Shrek vibes.
Yes. Some of the shots didn't flow all that well with Goro. Yeah. I think the best shot that we had for Goro was the slow motion one.
Yes.
That they used in the trailer.
Where he's like jumping in the air. Yeah.
There's all four arms going up.
That's what made me excited about seeing Goro in this movie.
Exactly.
And then I don't know, like
he's in there for like what, 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes,
and then Cole kills him.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Okay. I thought Goro was going to be a bigger part of this. I thought it was going to be more of like a final boss sort of thing.
I was hoping that we were going to get a tournament.
Yeah, or at least the start of a tournament.
Yeah, exactly. You know? We didn't get jack for that.
Yeah. I remember, like, I made him stop the movie. So I'm like, okay, how long are we into this movie? And we're still not even, like, ready to go to Mortal Kombat yet. Exactly. And we looked at it, it was an hour and 17 minutes in. I'm like, we're not going to see Mortal Kombat in this movie.
Nope.
We're going to see a couple of fatalities and a couple of, like...
a couple of fights.
Cool moves and stuff. Like, they showed a lot of the best parts in the trailer.
They really did.
Like
they took the last
most gruesome parts of it in, but
they took like the last 40 minutes of the movie and put pieces of it in the trailer.
Yeah, basically.
With maybe a couple snippets from the middle part, the beginning parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's the more I'm talking about it, the more let down I am kind of by this movie.
Yeah.
I had a lot of... I guess I went in with a little too high expectations.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. Same.
I mean, again, some dope fight scenes.
Oh yeah, the fight scenes are great.
But, the story didn't really go anywhere. Mm-hmm. Some of the characters were a little lame. Kano was hilarious, but also, there were points where I'm just like, okay, kind of...
what was the line again? You have much to learn. The fuck? The fuck?
Where he puts his arm on him. That was probably my favorite, just random line. The fuck? But then also the whole loogie spitting thing. I'm just all like, come on, really? Now have Australian guy spit. Okay, cool. Why?
Exactly. It was kind of unnecessary.
Stupid on that one. Other than that, I liked Kano's character a lot. When he was the first one to get his powers, I'm the first one. I knew it was going to be the first one.
It was going to be the first one.
I thought it was pretty funny. I thought they were actually making him more of a sympathetic character, where they could actually have him on Earthrealm's team. But
Nope.
no, they're all like, no, we gotta still have the Sonya Blade Kano fight.
Sonya's got to get her
She had to get her mark.
Get her mark somehow.
Instead of just letting her have it and to begin with.
Jesus.
But
Exactly.
But it could have put an interesting twist on a character that could have gotten a little bit more of a spotlight, especially because the actor was doing a surprisingly good job, and
they cast this really well.
Yeah.
Like everybody was cast super well, and did a great job with their character.
I did get a little distracted every now and then with Shang
Tsung's voice.
His voice is very echoey, like they just cranked up the reverb on him.
They tried to distort it because he's got multiple souls inside of him.
Because he's got the hundreds of souls. And,
so
I understood why they did it. Yeah. It still sounded weird. And then of course the actor who played him is also the Chinese banker accountant from The Dark Knight, and I almost expected him to end a sentence with "I'm great at calculation."
I'm good at calculation.
So that was a little distracting for me.
Yeah, true.
Dude, the guy who plays Scorpion.
Oh yes,
that guy's incredible.
Yes, I love
him
in
samurai in The Last Samurai.
He's the badass samurai in all the recent samurai movies.
Anything samurai in the last 15 years.
Exactly. If there's a samurai movie, you need a Japanese guy. He's that guy.
Yeah. And he's actually skilled and good at what he does.
Exactly. He actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Yeah. His character and his portrayal of Scorpion was badass. Just simply awesome.
Still really wish that Ed Boon would have done the voiceover for the Get Over Here.
Get Over Here.
But it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. That Get Over Here has definitely grown on me since seeing the trailer. The first time I heard it, I'm all like, But as I've heard it more, I'm like, nah, it works. I like it.
I mean, I don't hate it because I don't hate the actor. He's a great actor. So I mean,
yeah. Overall, we seen this movie in theaters. We're just watching it free on HBO, or never watching it. There's a chance you might never watch it.
Just watch it at home.
Yeah,
watch it on HBO Max.
I'm sure there's definitely some scenes that would look cool on the big screen, but yeah, I can say for sure that just watching it on HBO Max would be just fine.
It'll suffice. Okay, and I'm gonna stay in the middle road with this one too. I want to say, give it a 3.
I'll give it a 3 as well. I'm giving it a 3 for hope of future movies getting better.
Same.
Because they have the potential with some of the actors. They have the potential with, now we're actually going into Mortal Kombat, hopefully.
Yeah.
They also kind of set it up as still more recruiting.
Yeah, Johnny Cage.
They didn't have any after credit scenes or anything.
There's no after credits
scene of him recruiting anybody, because that was the last scene in the movie. Was Raiden's we must recruit more fighters, and then Cole's going to Hollywood to recruit Johnny Cage.
Yeah, Johnny Cage.
It would have been cool to see that, and maybe a montage of, a couple different characters kind of getting introduced, so that we don't have to go through that for the first, what seems like it's probably going to be the first 45 minutes of the next movie.
I'm hoping
just going over that.
I'm hoping that we already have they already had characters set up.
Yeah.
And they're already training.
Yeah.
In the next movie.
I'm hoping that basically the next movie starts with, all right, it's time to go to Mortal Kombat, and I want to go to Outworld to actually fight.
Yep.
That would be cool.
It would be.
It would even be cool if they did the same island thing from the original Mortal Kombat movie,
Go to Shang Tsung's island.
I kept expecting them to make more references to that movie.
Yeah.
And they never really did.
Yeah, no. I think they're probably testing the waters for the most part with this one.
Yeah. But like, they already geared the story to be more for a Mortal Kombat fan.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you at least have an appreciation for the first movie. You've seen the original Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been great if, you know, when Sonya Blade killed Kano, he said, "Give me a break." Like, I was expecting it. And then, out of everything that could have happened in that movie, I was expecting that line or that sequence to happen.
Yeah. Something. Just like some reference.
Yeah, she stabs him in the eye with a garden gnome.
The garden gnome that he spit on.
And then he spit on. Yeah.
I think, if anything, they're gonna do more references to the movie in the next one. Hopefully, there is a next one. With Johnny Cage, because he's big, he's loud, he's all like Kano, but like he actually does stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping that's where they go with the second one. I mean, the guy who played Sub-Zero is signed on for 4 more movies.
Yep.
You say 4 more movies, right?
I did say 4 more movies.
Sweet.
I read that. That was the title of an article.
And
I didn't actually read the article.
Noob Saibot coming.
Yeah. That could be really cool.
So that means that hopefully they're going to recruit the new Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Which Kuai Liang. I almost forgot his name.
I would have.
I almost forgot his name.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. I would have forgotten.
Kuai Liang, yes. Yeah. It's Sub-Zero's brother.
Yeah. Which, may or may not happen, because Kuai Liang was not an immortal person, and obviously Sub-Zero has been alive for hundreds of years.
Yeah, I think Shang Tsung kind of had a hand in that.
Yeah, but then is he his brother from the 1600s, or is he his brother now? And
it's probably his brother now,
or maybe like a descendant. Kind of like what they're doing with Cole and Scorpion, is they'll make that, I don't know, maybe a inner team rivalry that they can kind of go off of to push each other. Because they're making Cole the main character.
Yeah.
Instead of Liu Kang.
Mm-hmm.
Which is more traditional. Which I'm kind of glad and kind of sad that they did that. I don't know. I've always been a big Liu Kang fan, so...
Same.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways.
That about wraps it up.
Yeah. If you're a big Mortal Kombat fan, try this movie out. It's free on HBO Max right now. Mm-hmm. So if you got an account, if you know somebody who's got an account, get a little
check it out. It's
4 person.
It's worth a watch.
It's a little long.
It's a little long,
and there could be more fatalities in it.
More fatalities, more fighting. Hopefully that's where the next one comes in.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they mostly made a lot of the fatalities and fight scenes for the trailer.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
Hey, that about wraps it up.
Yeah. Here's to you.
Here's to me.
Friends, life should always be.
If by chance we disagree.
I'm gonna screw you. Here's to me.
Here's to me. Cheers.